welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to create a Molly Mae canvas. All this stuff was from Hobby Lobby. I got the big wood fabric letters. I'm pretty sure this canvas is a 24 by 30 maybe. And then I got white paint, baking soda from Target, fabric glue, and then whatever color paint you want. So I started off by lining everything up, and the trick for me, I just kind of eyeball it and I line up from side to side, basically how far down I want everything, where I want everything to start from the letters, and then like how far down I want them to be from the top. So I did that, and then I put tape straight across, another thing you're gonna need, as straight as I thought that it looked. And then I got my mom, obviously, to check it. So I did that, and then I started to glue the letters down one by one. I also did vertical strips of tape so that the letters at the top and the bottom would start at the same spot, so that they would still be even, because I did want to off-center it because there aren't the same amount of letters in each of these, like, words. Okay, so this is a picture of what it looked like after I glued all the letters down. To me, the best idea is to let them sit for a couple days, but it really doesn't matter as long as like you're gentle with them so they really don't move or shift. But yeah, so here I am painting the top of my letters. You can do whatever color you want. I decided to go with a green this time just because I kind of wanted to see how it would look if I added color to the letters, because the last one I did was all white. But I kind of like it. I like the green, and I like the way that it looked. So yeah, this is me doing the first coat of paint. After that, here's a little setup that we had. We were doing like a little paint and chill. So we had like a little charcuterie board. We were playing some music, whatever. So yeah, after this, I did another coat of the paint. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to put a texture mixture on top of it. So you just want it to be dark enough for you to like not be able to like, I guess, see through it, but it doesn't really have to be super dark. Also, I was going around the edges here. So I was going to do the entire thing green, but then I was like, well, maybe you're not going to be able to see the letters like in the texture. So I decided to keep the background white. I did mess up a little bit because I wasn't being like careful at the time. So just make sure that you're being careful, because here I am going back over with white paint to try to, you know, cover up the spots that I got any green paint on the canvas. So yeah, I would definitely be careful doing that. Here's what it looked like after day one, because I did not get to finish because I just wanted to let everything dry. So here's me again the next day. I went back over with another layer of the white paint just so that you could not see the green before I did the texture mixture. Because the green was so dark, it was super hard for me to, you know, kind of correct the mistake that I did make. So again, just be very careful. But again, once you put the texture mixture on top, it's kind of thick, so it's not going to be as present, like you're not going to be able to see it as bad, but I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to like bleed through still. So after that, you can see me again going over with the white paint one more time, just so that everything is like crisp and perfect before I mix the texture mixture and put it on there. So here I am mixing the texture mixture. The texture mixture is literally just baking soda with your paint. And honestly, you'll just have to get it to the consistency that you like it, because it really doesn't matter, but I like mine kind of thicker, so I added a lot more baking soda than I did paint. And if you add too much, you can just add a little more paint and it'll thin it out. So yeah, here I'm using a sponge to dab it on the letters, and honestly, this is the part that you have to be most careful if you're going to keep your background white, because some of it will fall off and it's super thick, so it leaves like a big glob. So the texture mixture takes a little bit of time to dry, so yeah, I would just be super careful. As you can see, I just dropped some. But yeah, so you can dab this on top and then continue to add it to each letter. So then after I did the green, I did the same thing with the white. I added my white paint, and then I added a little bit of baking soda. And for the white paint, I decided to use like an art spatula, and that seemed to help the best to be able to spread out the paint on the background. And I feel like the trick here is to honestly like just wing it. Like, you can do whatever you want here. You don't have to put it on every single spot on the canvas just to give it like a little more character. But honestly, like, you want to leave it kind of lumpy so that you can see the texture on the canvas. I just went around the edges first before I decided to go like in between the letters, just because like that's like one of the other hardest parts, is trying to get it in between the letters without getting it on the letters. So I just went around the edges first, and then you can see like I'm going back and trying to go in between the letters, which it doesn't really matter to which way you go like directionally with the texture mixture, because again, it's like honestly a super abstract kind of thing when it comes to this part. So yeah, you can just kind of do what you want, have fun with this part. And here is the final result of our painting.